Three, two,
Welcome to DPMF Live. Now meet our hosts.
Now, are you ready?
Good evening. It's Sunday night. It's very nearly 8 o'clock. It's the 26th of January. Yeah, Palace lost. I am gutted. I've got a couple of gin and tonics in front of me. I've got me Wesley cheese, and we're going to sit back, relax, and talk about James Rule. And James Rule and his information about iTrustCapital. Tonight, as ever, me, Crypto Palace. I've got Dan the Man. I've got Live Free from over the pond. And I've got Wesley, big bad Wesley, coming in at you, giving you the lowdown on the XRPL and everything about crypto that we can think of. Dan, are you ready for the markets, or am I too quick for you?
I think I'm ready. I'm just getting Live Free up as a speaker. And we haven't got Wes up as a speaker, actually. Wes, allow me, my friend.
I'm doing it as well.
I sent you an invite. Let me know if you're on.
While you're waiting, Dan, I've had an interesting conversation with my brother yesterday, and I don't know what you think about this, but my brother was saying that there's some AI companies that set up, I think it's called AIBTC, and they are the AI bod runs the whole crypto. It runs the cryptocurrency, the NFTs, the whole project, and it's just set off and it runs itself. How spooky is that?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more of that. Not even just crypto related, but anything sort of related. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm in a meeting tomorrow actually about AI for an application where AI does all the work, and there's no manual labour involved at all. I wouldn't say there's an AI BTC that's running the whole crypto market and NFTs, etc. I wouldn't say something like that's in place. It sounds a bit big, but it doesn't mean there wouldn't be something like it in the future.
It's quite spooky, really. I find it quite interesting.
AI is going to be everywhere, mate. It's going to be everywhere, and it's going to be everywhere. I can't even emphasize how big it's going to be, and it's going to get to a point where we can't slow it down, because you imagine how many jobs it's already overtaken now. Once it starts getting into politics, law, it's already going into healthcare.
Healthcare. I was just going to say it's designed a way to monitor cancer and detect it earlier as well, just from AI.
Yeah. Right. I'll run through these markets. Apologies if my voice sounds a little bit like Darth Vader. I've had a bit of a week. I haven't been.
I am your father.
I haven't been ill.
Just before you
go on,
you might want to talk about XDX price.
Oh, you always ask me this, and I don't have the chart up. It might be better if you do it. Let me roll off these markets, and then you do XDX, because I'll have to switch. I haven't pulled it up yet. Right. Yeah, so my voice has gone. I'm not ill. It's just my voice went, and it's only just starting to come back. If you'd heard me 3 days ago, I sounded like someone who worked on the red light district. I sound pretty bad.
You sound like a young Barry White.
like that number. 08691.
Right. Okay, Bitcoin. So we've got Bitcoin as is up at $105,000, ranked at number 1. Ethereum ranked at number 2 is at $3,338. Both have barely moved over the 7-day. We've got XRP sitting at $3.13, which is down 2.84% on the 7-day. Ranked at number 4 is Tether. Ranked at number 5 is Solana, sitting at $256, which is down 4.85% on the 7-day. Number 6 is Binance BNB at $684, which is down 3% on the 7-day. And we've got USDC sitting at number 7. Dogecoin still sitting around rank number 8, is down 10% on the 7-day, but it's at 35 cents. Ranked at number 9 is Cardano at 99 cents, so just under the dollar, and that's down 7% on the 7-day. And then we've got Tron has come up, overtaking Chainlink and Avalanche, ranked at number 10, and that's up at 3%. I think there was I think we mentioned this last week. Tron, was that getting bought by someone somewhere? I think the chain was getting. I might be completely off here. I think we was meant to talk about it last week and we didn't bother talking about it then either. But I think there was something going on with Tron, as something was getting bought off it or something.
I think it's that where's that Liberty Capital, that one that Donald Trump's investment firm is buying a lot of that Tron. I think I have to look that up because I know they were buying a lot of these, and I think Tron was one of them.
Yeah, that rings a bell actually. It's around the presidential sort of election coming in. Not the election, sorry, the time Trump come in, that started coming out, which sort of ties into it coming up. Okay, yeah, cool.
Did anyone else find it quite amusing when all the Bitcoin maxis started losing their shit about the fact that Bitcoin wasn't the only crypto that was mentioned in the Trump's bill, the crypto bill?
Yes, I did, and I found it strange that we've also discussed how there's not going to be one reserve. There's going to be many reserves, and I think they're broaching on that subject now. They can see the potential of multiple currencies, even if they are crypto.
They are out in force flooding XRP. They have got a real issue with XRP. They are worried.
Are you telling me that we might be going into a multi-currency world?
Yes, like what we said
for the past 4 years.
Absolutely.
Is it actually going to happen?
Yeah, multiple reserve currencies, which totally makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, of course it just does. Yeah, but there has been a lot of FUD on social media. I've seen a lot of that. I was going to put something out today, actually. I was gonna say something to someone, say, "Oh, look, market cap is not a measurement of success. Revenue is." And
you've been a bit busy on there of late, to be honest.
Well, not. I have not the past couple of days. I've done nothing. I don't think I have I? What did I do now?
I've seen you getting out and about and putting the opinions across. It's don't get me wrong, it's good to see. It really is.
I think from all the hassle I used to give people in 2021, Live Free asked Grok a question about me. And Grok must know everything I've obviously tweeted publicly to people, because it was quite accurate where it was talking about me telling people, putting them in their place. And I Live Free might have a better answer. But it was quite good. And then it said I wasn't using my real name, I think it was. Wasn't it Live Free? Something like that.
Tell you what, let me look it up very fast again, and then I'll report it to the whole community that's listening.
No, that's all right. Moving on. Right, so.
Oh no, bud, you brought it up. I'm gonna sound it out.
If you like what you hear, like us, please share the space. Please subscribe to our spanking wicked YouTube channel that Ray Lee has kindly helped us with, which is awesome right now. So there's some good videos on there. You can hear Live Free's dulcet tones. You can hear Dan's brilliant technical advice. You can hear stories about Wes and his vase. You can hear all sorts of information that's really quite interesting, and it gives you a good lowdown on some projects.
Oh, it reminds me, I forgot to upload the new shows. My bad. Sorry, Live Free.
Oh, dear. Same old. We're used to it now. But
I just say it on a weekly basis, and then it'll catch up by a few months.
Just quickly, though, before you move on, guys, I'd just like to ask as well, do you not find it a bit strange that Sol So I know Sol's been having a few problems with the servers. They've been down, but a lot of meme coins are coming from Sol. We had the Trump coin, we had Melania coin, and Sol has dropped out of the top 10. I think last week it was in the top 10, but it's dropped out. I'm just wondering the impact of losing the servers, especially how they've got a bit of a meme craze going on.
So are you talking about Solana?
Solana, yeah, because the Trump coin was...
market cap. It's ranked number 5. I literally just told you 10 minutes ago.
All right, my bad. I thought it had slipped out. I must have cut out then. My bad, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they've gone up in rate. There has been a lot of people come across from Solana. I spoke to a few. In fact, I'm meant to have a call with one tonight as well. So I guess because of the launch of First Ledger, using the XRPL just seems a bit more seamless and a little bit easier to use. And the XRP ledger is primed for meme coins. It's primed for stuff like that on the DEX. And Solana has had historical problems in the past where it has had its chain pretty much, shut down for a short while. Well, shut down is probably a bit of a harsh word. It's had to halt. People can't get into their wallets and stuff, and all kinds of crazy stuff. Will it change in the future? Yeah, I hope so. I think Solana's a fine network, a phantom wallet, and that. But yeah, it's good. It's good to have people come across, and there was probably because XRP obviously took off as well. It was all around the same time period, so there'd likely be a chance that there'd be more people coming over to the XRP around this time because of the attention on the media. So even from a business perspective, if you're not tribalistic, it makes sense even from a business perspective to, join another chain while strike while the iron's hot.
Absolutely.
It makes sense.
Just as a user, I can see that it seems to be going hand in hand and a natural progression that things that are released on Sol then get released on the XRPL, and you can buy that coin, the equivalent. So it seems logical that they progress to the XRPL as well, and it's definitely happening because I can see it in real time, which is good to see. That to me is breaking down the tribalism, and everyone's using the different chains.
Do you know how many assets are on the XRPL at the moment?
I'm gonna take a stab at about 50,000.
You're not far off, actually. It's I think it's just over 43,000 when I checked the other day. We was at, I think it might have been August last year. We was at about 8,000 or 12,000. I think that's how many assets have come on board since then. So there's been a real growth of asset production, but we haven't got as much sort of development on the network as such. We've just got a lot of assets now. So a few more platforms coming up, and I think the network, the XRPL, will start sparking again, where it'd be quite an interesting place for people to come across. But we spoke about this before. Developing on the XRPL it's not impossible, but it can get quite complex at times, especially if you're trying to do something quite interesting, and you are restricted to it just being the layer one. All right, has James come on yet? Is he here yet? Do you want me to WhatsApp him?
He hasn't logged on yet, so I don't know. I did message him just recently, so
he's in Texas as well. Live free. He might not be used to the bloody time difference there.
It's 2:00.
Wes, you're on another planet today, bud. Right? You are out there.
Hey, Palace, would you like to listen to or hear what Grok thinks about Daniel Monk?
Oh, go on. Yeah, go on. Tell me.
All right. So while we wait for James Rule to show up, now this is Grok describing Daniel in vulgar terms. So he does two different ways. You got the nice way and you got the vulgar terms, but he actually behaved with Daniel when he described him in vulgar terms. So it says, Daniel P. Monk, also known as the crypto monk, is the kind of guy who would meditate on candlestick charts while the rest of the world is losing their shit over market dips. He's an analytical fucker diving into crypto. It's his personal dojo. slicing through market noise with his technical analysis. If you're in the crypto game and don't want to end up with your investments in the shitter, this dude's your guru. Listen up, Wesley.
I have been, but I always do the wrong thing. What he says, that's brilliant.
A little more. He's got the Zen-like calm to tell you when to buy or sell without making you feel like you've got your head up your ass.
That's brilliant.
That was the vulgar version.
Yes, that was the vulgar version.
Yeah,
It's quite nice.
Scarily accurate.
Yeah, not if you see my tweet of XRP before it took off. He obviously wasn't reading that.
Did you get any comeback for that when you said 50?
No, I was expecting someone to say something, but no one did.
Apart from us ribbing you that you got it straight.
I'll be honest. I thought, because it got bookmarked, I thought, someone's going to fucking get me on this one. I am in trouble, right? Now, I still stand by that. So that price limit, I said, to be fair, I said in the tweet it will return within a week because that was looking at the spot trading. Now, spot trading, you can't do time. You can only do on a weekly basis, but you can't actually do in time. And if it breaks that weekend, then it's a long-term target. And the longer it takes, I think there's like 3 gaps in the climb. So I was like, fuck, I never, ever tweet my XRP. And the one time I put a warning, it took off. It went up like 800%. Why didn't I just say that? Why didn't I look at the Fibonacci levels? So I'm gonna come back to it because I'm now certain, because I done this analysis. The same way I analysed this was how I analysed XRP for 17 cents in 2020. I used the same procedure, but I looked at it in 2018. So I waited a few years before I got the entry. So I'm going to come. I'll come back to that tweet. So I still firmly believe that at some point it's going to return to 55 cents. And before that, I put a warning about 30 cents because of there was 2 symmetrical patterns there. And that would explain why the brokers had all the shorts on, because they were trading that, and I would have traded that, and I never shorted XRP at that level. It didn't have the gains in it for me. There's other things you could short, but yeah, I would have done. If I had to pick something in crypto, I would have shorted it, and then I would have had my margin broken completely, which is exactly what's happened. That's why it took off. The XRP wasn't bought up on the DEX or on exchanges; it was bought up through brokers. So you could almost argue it was a fake bull market in a way. And I would guess it. I would guess 100% that it was probably Ripple that had something to do with it, which is a very strategic, clever way of getting price appreciation. You know, why not? It's not illegal. But because of that technical analysis, I now will wait for 55 cents before. Yeah.
Wedge should set up like an investment fund.
I already have one, but it's running in the negative.
Of liquidity.
But
You're not listening to the crypto monk.
That's it. It's interesting, like you say, they've gained the price appreciation basically by shorting the longs or longing the shorts, whichever way. But it's with that kind of fake money where people are leveraging.
There was about 12. I think one broke. I can't remember if it was like $70 million worth or $12 million worth of shorts. It was it was in the millions. I read it not long after, and I was like, now it just makes sense, because I was trying to move about 15 grand on the DEX. I think I told you guys about it, and the demand wasn't there. I had a load of stable coins on the XRPL, and I couldn't get them for the value I wanted because there was no orders, because XRP had took off so much. And I was like, well, if it's taking off this much, where's the demand come from? Because it's not on the DEX. And then I looked at the exchanges, and the exchanges were a little bit wafty with the price. I was like, where the fuck has this demand come from? It's just gone up. No, I couldn't really work it out at first. But yeah. James is here. I'll take a seat, take a step back.
Absolutely.
Hello, James.
Episode. We would like to welcome James Rule up to the mic so he can give us all the lowdown on iTrustCapital. Welcome, James. Dan, have you invited him up?
No, I haven't yet. I thought you was doing it.
I'm doing it now.
Sorry, we are a professional outfit, although it does seem like it's the blind leading the blind. We'll get you up, James, don't you worry.
Sunday night. Well, Sunday night here, but some other time elsewhere. James Rule, welcome.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. here in Texas. How's everybody?
How you doing, buddy?
All good.
I'm doing fantastic, man. We're getting a little bit of rain today, but yeah, man, things are looking up. Wow, the retirement portfolio is looking pretty good. So, yeah, no complaints here.
Absolutely. So, James, you're here tonight to talk about iTrustCapital. Fill us in about your journey through crypto before you talk about iTrustCapital. Tell us about your YouTube channel. Tell us about the successes that you've had. Tell us a bit about yourself, bit of history.
Oh yeah, no problem. The dishwasher's going on in the background, so pardon the noises. I'm in the house. Back in 2017, I was working in the West Texas oil fields, and I was making good money, but I was looking for other ways to invest. So I found Bitcoin about, I don't know, it was like and I knew what Bitcoin was, but I didn't purchase any till about May of 2017. So as the year progressed, I was done some more research, and I found XRP, and I found out that XRP was cheaper than Bitcoin at the time. And of course, I flipped my Bitcoin into XRP, rode the bull run up to 340 or 384, whatever it was, rode it back down, straight back down. And yeah, I've been accumulating since. So 2020, I decided to take all of my Coca-Cola retirement from 20 years, my oil field retirement, my just all of my cash, savings, everything, and flip it into a cryptocurrency IRA with iTrustCapital. So the family thought I was crazy. My mom's still with us. She said, only put 25% in, you might lose it all. And I'm like, okay, I got this. So yeah, I went all in on XRP and several other digital assets. And wow, we got locked out. The XRP got locked out on iTrustCapital because of the SEC suing Ripple and XRP and all the above. So I was locked out of my XRP for several years until July of 2023 when we got regulatory clarity. And yeah, it's been a journey. I tell you, it's incredible. The opportunities you have with iTrust, because there's no monthly fees. The only fees they charge is when you do transactions like trade or go cash to crypto or crypto back to cash or whatever. And they do have transactions that you can set similar to, it's not limit orders, but you could set conditional transactions where, say, if XRP gets to $5, you want to sell, I don't know, say $10,000 worth, it will pretty much sell it for you right there in that ballpark range. So I know the crew at iTrustCapital. I'm an affiliate. I am a customer. Yeah, I've had a really good time, and things are starting to pay off.
Awesome. So is it only available for US people, or is it a worldwide product?
That I'm not aware of. I'm not really sure. I haven't really gotten a lot of feedback from people around the world telling me that they didn't have access to it. So I really don't know at this point. I'd have to ask that question.
Awesome. And do they cover a range of assets, or is it mainly XRP?
Oh, no, they have a ton of different assets. Let me go to the dashboard here. I'm actually looking at mine now. I mean, they have all of the major cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Stellar. I mean, they even have Trump coin now. So it's pretty crazy. They have Algo. They have all the major cryptos.
Trump coin certainly interests me. Can it help alleviate the losses that I've suffered?
Zero Trump coin. I have zero Trump coin.
I've got too many Trump coin and I bought at the wrong time.
Oh yeah, you'll have to excuse Wes. You'll hear about his heartbreak later. So just talk me through it. In the process, then I'd set up a wallet and send them assets. How's it work?
No, you can't send the crypto there. You have to send fiat. You can roll over an existing or old 401k. It can't be the one that you're currently working at. You know, if you have a bunch of old 401ks like I did, you could roll those over free. You can roll over an existing IRA free. And you could also set up a Roth IRA, which is taxable income, you know, put into the IRA, and at the end of its tenure, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So I think, was it Roger Ver or somebody? No, it was somebody that worked at PayPal. They put in like, I don't know, $100,000 or something into a Roth IRA, and now it's like $3 billion, and the government's having a shit fit because they're like, oh, you can't make that. Well, the government made the rules. You know, they created this Roth IRA for tax benefits, and now they're having a fit because people are making billions of dollars and not having to pay taxes on the tail end. But yeah, being that all of my 401ks and everything went into crypto IRA, it was all pre-tax. So whenever I do go to pull some at 59.5, I do have to pay taxes on that. So, yep, unfortunately. But unless Trump decides to change something, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll have to wait and see.
So me and Dan had the pleasure of meeting you at the BPM function, which was an absolutely awesome evening, and it was nice to see so many people involved in the crypto space, and certainly the XRPL. What projects on the XRPL particularly take your fancy, as it were? Have you got any ones that you particularly like? Not that it's financial advice or anything like that. Just wanted to get your lowdown.
You couldn't resist asking that, could you, Palace? He snuck that in, James. He did. He snuck that in for a bit of insight.
Absolutely. There's so many out there. I'm an ambassador for 2Tix. They are doing the ticketing for XRP Las Vegas. Previously, BPM Wallet. That's what we went to London for, was for 2Tix, the kickoff. And also Monerex, they're in Mexico working on top of the XRP ledger as a Web3 bank. The MXI token. What else? We got Asvada, real estate on top of the XRP ledger and other blockchains. I'm an ambassador for that project. Let me see what else. I got to click on my link tree to see there's so many out there. And
you are busy.
It's crazy. And Kinetic, you know, Flare and all that Kinetic market. I'm a social advisor for them. So yeah, it's you know, I have 176,000 followers on X. I never dreamt in a million years that many people would follow me, you know, when I created my channel back in 2020. But I consider myself a crypto teacher, you know, not a financial advisor. I talk about the good things. I talk about the scams, which, you know, not enough content creators are talking about all the rug pulls and the scams and the email scams and the impersonators and all that stuff. So that's what makes me different than the others. I continue to teach, and when I retire, hopefully here in the next 4 to 8 weeks, I'm going to travel the world, and I'm going to continue to teach the crypto teachers.
Absolutely. Now, if you've got a question for James Rule, if you'd like to put your hands up or write in the comments box, if Dan's managed to put that one on. We love the audience to get involved. If there's any sort of dying questions you'd like to ask James Rule, please put your hand up and we'll get you up eventually. This episode 54 is sponsored by FusionXIO. We are developing NFTs and a fantastic space to mint and sell and buy. It's an awesome platform. Go and have a look. Check it out. James, where do you see XRP's final price?
I don't see a final price. I see gradual growth as adoption and, you know, developers are building on top of it, but I don't see a final price. I mean, this year, 2025, I'm forecasting, I don't know, at least a double digit. And I can't get that out there because I'm not a chart guy. I'm not a genie in a bottle. I'm not a guru, all that bullshit. None of this is financial advice. I'm just saying, as long as I've held it out and, you know, we're maintaining over $3 right now. It's going to blow up. It's going to fucking blow up. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you.
I keep telling Dan XRP is going to £7, and he just does not believe me. He doesn't believe a word I'm saying. And Wes, none of them believe me.
Well, actually, that's not entirely true. So, you know, I'd say all climbs have corrections. You got to remember that.
Bitcoin maxis are also going to say we'll never get the double digits. Sorry, bastards. You know they're all licking the short bus windows, wearing the helmets, and Moon Lambo said that Bitcoin maxis are adults by age only. You know they don't have that gray matter between their ears, so you know that makes sense. It does make a lot of sense. So.
Have you personally had a lot of heat from sort of Bitcoin maxi sort of people? I mean,
I don't. Well, you know, it's funny you asked that. When I started my channel back in 2020, I had like 20 subscribers on YouTube, and when I got a bad comment, I'd be like, "Oh no, they don't like me. You know, what am I going to do? Am I going to be able to keep this channel?" So, as the years progressed, you can hit me with anything; it's not going to bother me. It'll bounce right off of me. I'm not worried about the maxis. Poor fellers, you know, they don't know how to diversify, and they're, bless your heart. In Texas, we say bless your heart, and it means, yeah, you must be some kind of a dumbass. It don't mean, bless you. It means, yeah, you are a dumbass, aren't you? So,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All this fudding, it just shows that you're on the right path. As far as I'm concerned, because why are you fudding it? Why are you spending your time fudding a cryptocurrency? If you're not invested in it, you don't say nothing about it, do you? You just carry on and concentrate in your own world rather than trying to pollute everybody else's. It's weird, very strange. But yeah, so going back to iTrustCapital then. So you will basically put your money from your own bank account, etc., into iTrustCapital. You turn that into the crypto that you would choose. They would hold it for you, and they get you some sort of return. How does that work?
Well, the crypto market is the same wherever it is. If it's in your personal wallet, if it's on an exchange, if it's at iTrustCapital, you could also trade 24/7, 365, just like on Coinbase at iTrustCapital. There's all kind of opportunity, even gold and silver, all the different digital assets they offer. I'm sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Things are blowing up on my screen, but yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity because when you look at 401ks, financial advisors here in the United States hate cryptocurrency because they see the return rates and they're like, well, shit, how am I going to make money off of his XRP unless I charge a flat fee? Being with stocks and everything, they pretty much take your money and put it where they want to. With crypto, you look at a 500% gain on XRP for the year. They're like, holy fuck, what do I do now? Holy shit, I can't compete with that. But, this year in the United States, these so-called financial advisors, are going to have to wake up to crypto because it's becoming mainstream. The banks in the United States are going to be able to custody crypto now. They're doing away with SAB 121, the fucking veto from Biden. I'm not going to get political. I might, but I'm going to try to compose myself here and
come on, let's make it a little fun there. Go for it.
Nah, I don't want to do that. I respect the community and no hard feelings. Fuck Gary Gensler. I hope the door didn't hit him on the way out the door. So fuck you.
But it's funny as well how Trump was mentioning. And a lot of people have been speculating about the reserve currency, Bitcoin, XRP. And we've been talking about this for years, but we've always thought that there's room for many reserve currencies. And cryptocurrency fits that bill, whether you're using a mixture of XRP, Bitcoin, Stellar, whatever it may be. But the function is there to use.
Oh, absolutely. And the maxis are having a fit because they thought they were going to be exclusive. Bitcoin is a form of value. There is no utility. XRP was created to be a better Bitcoin. You could ask David Schwartz that. David follows me on X. Yeah, there's just a bunch of dumbasses out there that haven't done their research. If you look at news, most of the news is FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and they have no fucking clue what they're talking about. And you just have to do your own research. You have to break down these ecosystems. You have to read the white papers. You have to know exactly, what they are before you just throw your money into it. In the stock market, you're not just going to throw your money on something you don't know about. Like if it's Coca-Cola or Budweiser or whatever, you know what that product is. You know what the value is. So the same should apply to crypto. Don't just buy it because your neighbor or your, friend said, hey, you need to buy this. Ask them, why do I need to buy this? Does it have utility? What is it going to be used for?
This is definitely where I'm going wrong. Just buying things, just buying Trump coin because it's called Trump.
No, I don't go there. Now, there is a new coin that just came out yesterday that's blowing up on the XRP ledger. It's the a Bitcoin Maxi Tiers, the BMT token on First Ledger, and people are going fucking ape shit over it. It's going crazy right now.
So this space is recorded. If you just logged in and you realise we're waffling away and you don't understand anything we're talking about, you can go back to the very beginning and listen to the whole show. This post, this Twitter space will be put on our YouTube channel. You will be able to hear everything on there, and it will also go on our website. Please like, please subscribe, please join in the chat if you want to have a little chat with us. Going back to iTrustCapital, James, I'm just looking through their website. They've got some like rewards programs and incentives for people to use iTrustCapital. Is that right?
I don't mess with any of those. I'm primarily holding long term. I got a year and a half before I could actually cash out 59.5 in the United States. You can start drawing from your individual retirement accounts. I don't know what the laws are in other countries or jurisdictions, but yeah, I don't partake in any of the staking or any of the other shit. I just have the main utility coins. I'm locking it up. They're starting to come to fruition. And yeah, it's made me a millionaire several times, and I'm not going to, brag about it, but I had the balls to go all in back in 2020 when everybody else was laughing at me. Now they're calling me on the phone going, James, I remember when you told me XRP was 20 cents. Now it's like $3. Where do I buy it? I'm like, yeah, bless your heart. But pardon my language. I don't talk like this on my YouTube channel. I'm just enjoying the day, enjoying the conversation. Yes, being recorded, and I had to kick myself and go, okay, James, watch your language, watch your voice,
James, I have a question for you. So you mentioned about when the XRP goes up or whenever one of your investments goes up and you have it in one of the investment accounts. So can you go in and tell them, all right, I have this fund, I have my money in. I want you to sell that. Let's say if XRP, let's say it goes to $10 and you're ready to pull out. Or at least from that investment fund. Do you have the access to do that, and they just keep your money under that same IRA?
Oh, absolutely. It's called conditional transactions. It's like a limit order, but there is volatility, maybe, a few cents. If you go to sell it at $5, that may sell at $4.98 or $4.99 or $5.01 or $5.02. But yeah, it's called conditional transactions, and they do make a 1% fee off of off of those transactions. But what it'll do, it'll buy or sell. So if you want to sell XRP at $10, you only want to sell 10,000 of them, it will put it in as whatever your native currency is, US dollar in the United States. And like I said, I'm not really sure if countries other than the United States can use iTrustCapital. If anybody wants to come up and clarify that for us, I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, they've been really good. I have an affiliate link, all that good stuff. They've been really good. They're easy to get a hold of. I have had zero issues. The only issues I had is when they locked up my XRP, for 3 years, and I held it out. So,
James, I remember before we met, I used to watch your channel in 2020. And when you was talking earlier about the XRP at 20 cents, that was around the time the snapshot was for the Flare airdrop and stuff like that, and the lawsuit come out as well. I remember that time period very well because I was watching a lot of teachers on YouTube around then, because there wasn't there was quite a lot of YouTube about crypto, but there wasn't anyone who was like generally a person. He was a very genuine guy. So before we met, I was actually watching your YouTube channel. I was watching it religiously, every week. I think for that year, I've watched you every week. So yeah, it's great to see how far you've come over the years. I haven't got time.
Yeah, it's up. I appreciate all this. It's opened me up as a person, because you could go back on my YouTube channel and click on the oldest videos, and yeah, you're going to see 17-cent XRP. You're going to see a market cap of like $230, billion. You're going to see everything that was 5 years ago. And you're going to see the way I talked. I was nervous as shit on my first few videos. I didn't know what I was doing. I had an old cheap ass 13-inch MacBook. I said, you know what? If DAI could do it, if Brad Kimes can do it, I could do this shit. So I started somewhere, and I finally upgraded my computer, got a better mic, a stereophonic 3D mic, started interviewing companies and CEOs and members of the community, and just I partnered up several years ago with Jimmy Valley. We're no longer associated with each other, but hell, I was getting paid solely in XRP. I was spending my XRP at retailers with my Uphold card, which I can no longer do. They won't offer it to the United States. But, I had a affidavit given to John Deaton because I was proof that you can get paid in XRP as a currency. You can spend XRP as a currency. So, everybody coming together, just, spend the bits, and all the different organizations that use the XRP ledger in business, really got it out there to let the judge know that, hey, look, it's a currency. It's not a security. So, yeah, it made a big deal to everybody.
It's been one hell of a journey from 2000.
It's been a hell of a journey. I work at a job now that I'm going to retire from here shortly. But from the past jobs I worked at, I told them, look, this is the technology. This is the wave of the future. It's 5 for $1, Kmart Blue Light Special. And they all laughed at me. And like I said, here since November, my phone has been blowing up. I haven't spoken to most of these individuals for, 5 to 10 years. And they're like, okay, it's $3. Now I believe in it. It's got a dollar sign attached. And I say, bless your heart.
The top may be in. My friends at work, they did the same thing when it hit the all-time high. They was like, we're buying XRP. I'm like, I've tried speaking to you about this over the years. You've never spoke to me. You've never done it. No, we did it. And I'm like, man, you might have done it at the wrong time, but, fingers crossed. I just hope that Dan is listening to you when you said that you upgraded your mic and you upgraded yourself, because we're in desperate need of this, Dan.
Yeah, I know the guys that are actually on the panel, James. I think they're tempted for us to actually get a studio and do something a bit more live, but I don't know if we want to go that far. It sounds like a tough journey. Like with you with your YouTube channel, explaining the challenges. I could imagine it was bloody tough early on, real tough.
Oh, absolutely. But when I started digging, when you get into crypto and you start finding all these rabbit holes and all these other different ecosystems, you educate yourself. It opens up your mind. I'm 58 years old, going on 20. And, I keep a young mind. I keep myself busy. And it's just given me the opportunity to teach. And I love doing what I do.
Out of all the videos you've done, James, is there one particular that stands out that you're really sort of, really proud of, and that was a really good achievement for you?
Well, I did some interviews. I had to delete the videos when I was partnered up with Jimmy Valley. There was a certain logo I had. I interviewed a lot of CEOs. There's been so many. I cut up on some. I always try to joke around. The ones that really mean a lot to me is when I identify these scams and get them out to the public. And hopefully if someone got an email or a text message or a James Roy XRP imposter on X, they knew that it was a scam by watching my video. And because I've had thousands of people contact me in the last 4 years on X because they were too embarrassed to go public with being scammed. You get scammed, you lose 10,000, 100,000, $500,000. You're embarrassed. You're like, you don't want to admit that you screwed up and did something you shouldn't do. But they contact me and they're like, look, tell my story. Just don't mention my name. And some of them are like, I don't give a damn. Yeah, tell them it was me. I'll back you up if you comment on X or YouTube or whatever. So yeah, it is a big deal because there's so many new people coming in to the world of crypto. There's so many kindergartners coming in just wanting to learn what we learned 5 or 7 years ago, and we have to continue to teach.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's really important. Protecting the community is really important. And we've got our own bit on this show. Wes generally talks about things that he's bought recently, and then that's highlighting how bad things are and don't ever touch.
Basically, don't get any trading tips from Wes. Anyone, do not listen to Wesley.
I'm like the inverse Kramer. Well, I went on a course once. I'll tell you a short story. I went on a course, went to an open evening, and they was teaching us how to trade, and it was spread betting actually, and he was teaching us, and I kept getting it the opposite way around, and I thought, bloody hell, I've fucked this up here. I've messed it up completely. And actually, the main guy come up to me and he said, "Do you know what?" He said, "We really want you to come with us." I said, "Why?" I said, "I keep getting it wrong." He says, "I know, that's exactly why." He said, "Because we'll do the opposite of what you're doing." And I thought, no, I can't be doing this spread betting.
Well, spread betting's a bit of a different kettle of fish. The good thing about the XRPL, and if there's anyone that's listening who is new to the XRPL, what Wes is talking about with spread betting is when you go on a broker and you place a trade on an equity or a commodity, then there's a chance if you don't have the backing, if it goes in the negative, it'll empty your account. But on the XRPL, with XRP or any assets that run on here, when you buy an asset, you own that asset, and no one can take that away from you. Unless they have the keys into your wallet, it's impossible for someone to actually extract that. So when you put money into something, whatever you've exchanged your money for, you own that portion of digital code, them assets, until you want to trade them again, in terms of trading. So that's what's really good, about blockchain. The problem is that we have some really malicious people involved on all networks. It's not just the XRPL. There's a multitude of networks and malicious people out there who will trick you to buy into something, and then they'll leave you holding these assets, which will become worthless because they're not doing anything. And it's extremely common. And I don't doubt James has had probably a lot more people contact him about that than anything else, because it is that common, and it's unfortunately the biggest pushback to draw people into crypto, because the main reason people come into crypto is because they want to make money. That is literally what people look at as crypto. But technologically, it has a lot more advantages, beyond just trading it for more cash. You can actually do a lot more, and that will start coming out now, especially with what's happened with Donald Trump, and James will see it over in the US. No doubt it's already starting with banks custodying crypto. There's going to be some serious innovation come, and I think the XRPL is primed for it going forward. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of security, back on iTrustCapital, iTrustCapital does not hold your cryptocurrency. They have institutional grade third-party custodians that lock up your investments, so you don't have to worry about getting hacked or scammed with iTrustCapital. I forgot to mention that a while ago. But yeah, you're absolutely right. One of the worst scams that I've seen that people have sent me are the emails from these wallet providers like Ledger. Ledger provides the Ledger Nanos, LEPAL, Titan, Decent Wallet, or, whatever. And what they're doing, they're sending emails trying to put the fear into you, thinking that if you don't click on this link, if you don't, re-up your wallet or, turn in your seed phrases and blah, 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 you're going to lose all your crypto. Well, unfortunately, if you share those 12 or 24 word seed recovery phrases, you're going to lose it anyway, because they're going to activate your wallets. They're going to duplicate your wallets in minutes and clean out your account. So trust no one. Trust no emails, no social media comments, especially in YouTube videos. You'll see people shilling stupid ass coins, and you'll see a ton of people shilling the same coin. Ignore all that shit. It's just people trying to get you hyped up, trying to get you in the FOMO mode, which means the fear of missing out. So yeah,
definitely, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. My biggest mistakes have been chasing FOMO and people, influencers, if you want to call them that, online, and saying this, that, and the other. And I've been stupid, but I've always understood there is a form of gambling when you're operating like that, and you've got to be very, very careful and also prepared almost to lose your money, because it does happen more often than not. And the best way, I would say, for my small part in this, the greatest gains that I've ever made have been in projects that are decent. that have utility, that have technology, that have a good community. But I've always been fascinated as well. Have you ever come across any stories, James, of people ever being scammed without divulging their wallet keys? Is there any way that anyone can do that, or is that just the absolute?
Well, think about all of the fake Brad Garlinghouse and all of these Rosie Rios, and they're doing AI videos on YouTube, making you think that Ripple's giving away 100 million XRP. Click on the QR code, send us your XRP, we'll double the amount back. That's never going to happen. That's a bunch of bullshit. If you send your cryptocurrency to an unknown wallet, you're not going to get it back, no matter what. You're going to contact me and go, hey, James, Brad Garlinghouse never gave me my XRP. I'm like, no shit, it was a scam. Hello? But, people laugh. People are like, well, they were stupid for doing that. Well, you and I were new to crypto at one time, and we've gone through all this, and we've had to do a double take, a triple take. Spend 5 to 10 minutes before you send a transaction to an unknown wallet, because that's your livelihood. What you've been saving up for, what's going to compound interest, what's going to happen to you here this year is going to make a lot of people freak out. You're going to have more money than you've ever had in your lifetime. You may be the first millionaire in your family. You're going to freak out when you see what your investments are going to do this year. And the best thing to do is buy and sit on it. Don't fucking day trade. You're going to lose your ass if you day trade. I promise you. So buy it, hold it, and don't do anything. Yeah. Go out and touch the grass, damn it. If you got a four-wheeler like me, touch the fucking mud in Texas. Yes.
I'd second everything you've just said there. And the other thing I'd add to that is never invest more than what you can afford to lose. So, if you don't want a Domino's tonight and you want to get some crypto instead, then that's cool. Don't put silly amounts of money that you can never afford to in. It's so you never know where it's going to go.
Do you know what's kind of funny? I've known Wes probably coming up about 6 years. I think I've known Wesley roughly about 6 years. I used to help him with some trades and some buy and sells years ago. His trading has never changed. And he's been in the game for 6 years, and he still FOMOs in. And we have a private call, and he recently bought in on that Trump coin, just as it released after it took off. He was like, "Yeah, I've just bought in. As we're on the call, it dropped about 40%, and this happens to him all the time. I don't know if you are learning, but I'm not seeing a new man from you yet.
I'm definitely not learning. It's a part of it, and I'll be totally honest here, and please, to any audience listening, don't take this as any lesson for yourself, because I am by nature a little bit of a gambler. I don't gamble on slots. I don't do that, but I do gamble a little bit with crypto, but I'm terrible. I'm absolutely terrible at it. So definitely do not follow anything I say.
Yeah, I live 30 minutes away from casinos in Louisiana. I'm at the Texas-Louisiana border. So 30 minutes away, I could go gamble my life away. But since I've been in crypto, I've disciplined myself to not only live frugally by my means, which I just bought a 2025 Polaris Ranger because I skimmed some XRP off the top, and people are like, that's stupid, you're going to be the XRP pizza guy. I'm like, go fuck yourself. I've been in this for like 7 years. I've been through the heartache for 7 years, and I deserve to buy something for me. I'm divorced. I don't have kids. It's just me. I still have my mom, my stepdad, my brothers. So my brothers buy a new car every year. They're building new houses, and they're looking at me like, holy shit, I should have bought XRP 4 years ago when you told me about it. I'm like, yeah, I told you so. If you watch my YouTube videos, at the very end, I always say, I told you so.
You know you're doing all right when the whole family starts saying, what's this XRP stuff? What's this XRP stuff? Tell me all about it. They want to know when it's already pumping. They're really, it really does. You're doing the right thing sometimes.
There are people.
They all have XRP now. Every one of them. Yeah. Even my nieces, my sister, relatives, uncles. Yeah, they all have. I am their financial advisor, but I'm nobody's financial advisor on social media or YouTube. But they're like, okay, tell me when I need to sell. My dad here several years ago put like 20,000 USD into XRP at a lower amount, and it's already like 5 to 8x, and he's freaking out. He's like, oh shit, do I need to hang on a little bit longer? I'm like, yeah, just a little bit longer. Not financial advice, but he could start cutting some off the top right now if he wants to, and there's nothing wrong with that. And what I want to tell you, whenever it comes to taking profits and cryptocurrency, if you're taking a profit, be proud of yourself. Like if you're at a casino and you win $20 on a machine and you walk off and you turn around and look at that machine and somebody just hit $1,000 on it, don't worry about it. You won. You didn't win as much, but you won. So the same thing applies to crypto. If you just made $1,000 on a trade you've been holding for a while, hats off to you. Go buy something nice for yourself. Absolutely. But don't stress. So many people are fucking stressing out. Oh my God, if I don't have 10,000 XRP right now, I'm going to miss out. No, you're not. Just there's going to be dips all the time. There's going to be highs and lows and higher highs and lower lows. And so just have a good time, take a deep breath, and do the right thing. That's about all I can say.
I think XRP holders are a bit of a different breed, really. We've been through so much in the last 3 years as XRP holders. You really do learn to be patient, let it all flow, just keep stacking your bags and you're watching it all go, and then you reap the rewards. So it's all about patience, really. I mean, I've got my dad in it, my brother in it, me boy, me daughter, my wife. I've got all my family in it now, and they're like, it's quite cool. Going back to iTrustCapital, because we are veering off on a few tangents. Do you know much about the partners with iTrustCapital? So you got, I believe it's USC Athletics and Everfree. Do you know much about what they do, what their roles are?
I have not dug that deep into it. I know the custodians. You got Fidelity Digital Assets, you got Wells Fargo, Fireblocks, Coinbase Prime are the institutional grade custodians. But as far as partners, I'm going to be honest, I'm not familiar with their partners.
Awesome. Okay, fair enough. And the other question I've got is as an XRP holder myself, one thing I am thinking of doing, and I'm not sure if anyone else is or not, but the idea of loaning my XRP and not actually selling it is quite appealing to me. So is there the ability to do that with iTrustCapital, where you loan out your crypto to someone else and gain a reward from that?
Not yet. I've asked them about that, and they said maybe it's coming down the pipe, but no, that's not happening right now. And I can't wait until I can loan my XRP to a local bank or to a financial institution and just live off the interest. That's the whole idea: keeping the principal, living off the interest. I mean, that's win-win right there.
Absolutely, and that's what I would love to find that information out. If I could find out somewhere where I could store my XRP and it gets you a month.
Just be careful, damn it, be careful, because there's so many scammers are going to say, okay, send me 100,000 XRP, and every month you're going to get 10,000. Don't fall for that bullshit. Make sure they're accredited. Make sure they're legit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Oh, I think we got Cookie is in the audience and he wants to have a little chat.
Yeah, I'm going to only be here for a short period of time. I know y'all invited me in and I do appreciate it, but I have something pending here in about 6 minutes. So you got me for 6 more minutes.
Okay.
Well, let's do the question.
Yeah, Cookie, give me 2 seconds, Cookie. I'll come to you as soon as I can. Wesley, James, I'm not...
Shit, yeah.
Every person get on, we basically asked them a question from the project last week. You won't know who they are, but you will be asked by Wesley. Far ahead.
Yep, just one moment. The Rustler Burger's here.
All right, he's only got 6 minutes. Mate.
Oh, shit, that's true. I've got to do this. So this question was from XR Mine, James, and it was quite a succinct, simple question. What is the biggest challenge for adoption and onboarding? That's it.
No, that's a major question.
Yeah.
I mean, adoption. It's how many people know about it. Like right now, how many people know about XRP? You can go to your local supermarket, your church, your bar, and say, "Hey, y'all got any XRP, or do y'all accept XRP?" And they're going to look at you like a deer in the headlights. So it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I've been in this 7 years, and there's just so many opportunities. It takes time for it all to come to fruition. So, and now about the onboarding part. What is that general question?
I think to bypass the challenges of onboarding, is there anything you could see to make it more seamless to bring people onto the network?
You mean like a project going onto an exchange or something like that? I mean, what are you referring to?
I would say maybe bringing people into XRP in general, and then
just be honest. Be honest. Tell them what you know about it. Talk about the news. Talk about Ripple. Talk about the ecosystems. The XRPL.org. Learn. Show them. Make them teach themselves. Don't just tell them about something. Make them go to these websites and read the white papers and learn about the XRP ledger and learn about Stellar and learn about Cardano and VeChain and all the above. I mean, you have to teach yourself. Don't pay someone $50 a month or $300 a month to tell you some bullshit. Invest in this. Do it yourself. So many people out there have Patreons, and I think it's total bullshit that they charge $50 to $100 a month, and all you got to do is open up your computer and do it yourself. I have no Patreons. I do have affiliate links like for wallets and services, but I only get a small portion, and it's automatic because I'm an affiliate. But as far as a Patreon or charging somebody extra, that's total bullshit if you ask me.
Nice answer. James, I would like you to think of a question that we can put to the project next week. You don't know who they are. We know who they are, but it could be crypto related or industry related or business related. Can we extract a question from you that's awesome?
Damn. Shit. Yeah, when is the Ripple SEC lawsuit going to end? That's probably the biggest question right now.
Oh, okay. So, Wes, did you hear that?
Hold on, guys. So when is the Ripple lawsuit going to end?
Yes, Wes.
Yes, I've got it here. Going to end. Oh, this could spark a load of controversy. This could. It seems like a small question, but this could actually be huge. So, great question. Thank you very much, James.
Hey, when are the Bitcoin maxis going to buy XRP? That's another question.
You stirring the pot now, James.
Hey, that's what I do. I talk shit. I don't give a damn. I used to be scared of social media. Now I throw it out there and stir the pot and piss people off. And
fair play.
I could laugh about it at the end of the day. So, yep.
Fair play. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you.
James, before you pop off, I'd just like to say thank you so much for coming on tonight. You've been a blast. It's really good to get a bit of an insight into your world and how you've developed your YouTube channel and stuff. And actually, for us four amigos that are up here, we're new to this. We're trying to build our channel. We're trying to build our YouTube channel as well. So you're quite inspirational for us as well. So thank you so much for coming on. And it's lovely to hear about your world.
I appreciate that. Means a lot to me. It means a lot. I'll get phone calls from, close friends from around the world and, just positive feedback. And I love it because when we're down, we're down. But when we're up, everybody is joyful. Everybody has those positive vibes. The laws of attractions, brings good things to you when you think positive thoughts. So I hope everyone has a great day, morning, evening, wherever you're at. James Rule XRP is out of here. And don't forget, I told you so.
James, I hope you're just listening before you go. But when Daniel and XDX have their party, I'm sure you can come over and we'll all have a beer and have an absolute blast like we did at the
But I'm at
we
to
only
pace
ever meet at
myself.
parties. We just
I mean,
party.
you guys know how to drink. I didn't pace myself. Y'all got me fucked up. So when I come out there next time, I'm going to pace myself. I'm going to drink a water between each shot or each beer or whatever the fuck y'all give me. And we're going to have a good time. Yeah, those Guinnesses were badass, but 4 or 5 Guinnesses, I'm fucking toast.
You know about it the next day, son. Bloody hell.
James,
Hey, that'll be good. Hey, thanks for having me. I love these spaces. Thanks for having me, and we'll see you soon.
James, you're an absolute legend. Thank you for coming on, mate. And it's good to hear from you again. Stay safe. So, Cookie, unmic your mic. I'm sorry I couldn't get you up earlier, but obviously James had to go. So, thank you for coming up and opening up your mic and have a chat.
He probably wanted to ask James a question, and James just left.
Evening, guys.
Hey, Cookie, all right, buddy?
How are you, my friend?
Rough as houses, mate, but holding on in there.
Why are you rough? Why you got?
You know, it's January, no booze, ill. It's all good though. It's all good.
It's not a hangover then. You are.
I could deal with it. Yeah.
It's caused by the lack of a hangover, it would sound like.
I know. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I need to have a few beers. I was going to chip in on what you were talking about because it seems like you were quite sort of high level when you were talking around IRAs, and I can see it pinned to the top as well. Loads and loads of considerations there. Obviously, you guys are UK based, and I actually think I've got a UK solution that trumps the IRA solution as well. So,
Go on, go for it.
There's ways to do what you want to do. That's for sure.
So do you know if we can actually access this service, the iTrustCapital, then?
You wouldn't want to in the first instance because it's a US based retirement plan, and it's not as straightforward as people are making out when it comes to the considerations you need to make with it. So, long story short, US retirement accounts, you have like 401ks, then you have IRAs, and IRAs come in 2 forms. You have like a pre-tax or a post-tax. Now, the thing with tax is you have to pay it at some stage. You either pay it in or you pay it out. So on a pre-tax IRA, you're getting tax relief or tax deductible contributions. So much like a UK pension, you chuck money in, you get tax relief. But with this US system, you pay tax on the way out of that IRA. And then you have something called a Roth IRA, which basically you pay no tax out, but your money that you pay in comes from taxable income. So it's very akin to, say, an ISA in the UK, but designated for retirement. The issue with things like these IRAs here are if you transfer from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, it's a taxable event, and it gets added to your income in the year that you do that transfer. So it's not as cut and shut. It's definitely worthwhile if you think you're going to buy a shit ton of crypto and it's going to 10x. It's definitely going to be a worthwhile transaction, but it is a taxable transaction, and there are some considerations to be made. You're also restricted on what you can pay into these things as well post-transfer, so there's other considerations to be had. UK side of the pond, we have got a whole host of ways that we can do it. I'm looking at a solution at the moment whereby you take... on paper, and I've spoken to accountants on this one, I believe that I can get to a situation when you're net zero on tax, with regardless of whether you've got a £1 million portfolio now that you cost you £10,000 to accrue. I think I can get someone to net zero tax if I can get the solution that I'm proposing through with a provider. In a nutshell, you can utilise pension funds within something called a SAS, a small administered scheme, and that scheme can invest in whatever it wants because it's a small scale pension scheme. Now that can invest in a limited company, for example, or lend money to a limited company which is run by a sponsoring employer. And if you have a limited company in the UK, you can inject funds into that business as a deductible expense to you personally. So if I've got, say, 500 grand's worth of XRP, in theory, I can inject that XRP into the limited company, establish a director's loan, and draw back on it over time without paying any tax on it at all. I'll accrue accountancy fees, and there will be some income taxable events within the business, but it will certainly net out to zero once I do some jiggery pokery with some pension contributions in the background.
Just so everyone's aware, because there'll be some who aren't aware, Cookie is actually a financial advisor in the UK. Did I get that right, Cookie?
And a damn good one.
Oh, I don't know about good. Reasonable. We'll go with reasonable.
So you was talking about things that aren't actually live yet, and ways to bend it. But is there a legitimate way right now that you could avoid paying tax? Because right now, the way I understand it is everything that I've got going on is a taxable event, even if I'm making money and unrealised gains and things of this nature.
So unrealised gains aren't taxable. And borrowing isn't taxable either. So you can borrow against it and it wouldn't be a taxable event. The issue you have is it's establishing the lineage of transactions. So the second you swap from one asset to another, that's a taxable event. And where it gets quite fruity is when you consider things like NFT transactions. So NFT transactions are actually taxable based on their dollar value at acquisition, not their native token value at acquisition. And that can work for you and against you. So you can do things like loss harvesting using them, which really, really helps you with preparing tax returns, and again can get you to net zero if you buy the right or the wrong NFTs. So you could sink a good couple of XRP into NFTs right now that you know are going to rug, and then you can basically sandbag those for losses down the line.
Cookie, may I ask you, and this is a serious question, and I understand if you don't want to answer it. I'm currently being investigated by the taxman because I was self-employed as a scaffolder. I'm classed as a subcontractor. So I work for someone all the time. It's not my business. I haven't got a business. I'm just self-employed working for a business. They pay my CIS scheme, but they've not paid it. They've paid some of it and they've not paid all of it. They've been underhand with me. And now the taxman is investigating me, asking me if that company indeed did pay me what I have declared. And I need to go through it, but I'm extremely worried about it. And I'm just wondering if you had any advice on that off the top of your head.
The CIS scheme is designed to protect you. So as long as you've got your CIS slips and you've got the corresponding bank statements to show that the slip shows that you were paid £800 for the week's work, and the bank statement reinforces that £800 was paid to you, then that should cover you, because the CIS deductions they withhold them at company level and pay that over to HMRC. So
and they haven't done that. They've paid some of the CIS, and I don't get any of the slips. I didn't get wage slips there. It was a bit shit. I've been very stupid, to be honest. But I do know that they have paid a portion of the CIS of my period when I was working there. So does that not automatically show that they are liable to pay me CIS, because that's the agreement that we was in?
The CIS is just a voluntary deduction scheme. So, yeah, it's a tough one because the company's withholding it. They're not paying it on time, for example, and then they go under. Scaffolding is the biggest one. It's the oldest trick in the book. Is scaffolders sort of tend to wind their businesses down overnight quite a lot and repaint the poles pink or whatever, just so they don't get taken by the liquidator the next morning.
Man, you know it.
So yeah, it happens a lot. I've got family members in the building game as well. So yeah, it's so long as you can prove what you invoiced out for effectively as a CIS contractor and what you expected to be paid. So what was your day rate or what was your hourly rate? What hours you worked, what you were paid for. You just need that to really cover yourself. Otherwise, what they might say is, well, no, we didn't CIS him. We just had him as an independent contractor, and he was responsible for his own tax. I mean, I don't know if you've got a contract for the people you're speaking with previously.
No, there's absolutely no contract. It was word of mouth between us. That's it. We come to a verbal agreement, but I have got some evidence that they've paid CIS tax on my behalf for the period of employment. Now, would that be enough evidence? Because why would they pay some and not at all? Obviously, we've had that agreement.
It's a tough one without sort of getting under the hood on it. But yeah, it's the burden of proof is on you as a self-employed individual, same as it is for me running.
Yeah.
What about my question, whereby is there the ability to loan out your XRP as opposed to selling it? Do you know anything about where we could do that in the UK?
There's nowhere on chain that I'm aware of where you can loan out XRP. Whoever builds that on chain first is probably going to make a killing. In theory, you can loan against it as an asset. What I was working on from a thought process point of view is, as I said, I think that you could inject it into a limited company as an asset. And in the States now, SAB 121's gone now, so actually United States companies can hold them on, and banks can hold them on their balance sheets now without having to one-for-one back them, which means they can lend against them. That where you'll come up against the biggest hurdle, I think, is just physically being able to lend. I don't think you can lend on chain at the moment against it, although I know those amendments are coming this year on the XRPL. I think once those protocol level amendments come in and you've got the facility to do it, then you should just be able to do it on chain without any real drama. But for me, I'd want it wrapped in a limited company before I did that, because then I can roll up the income, as it were.
Because I know there must be a lot of people out there that don't particularly want to sell their whole bag. They want to keep a bit of XRP and make it work for them in some way.
Yeah, and you also don't want to take all your gains out in one go as well. So I've actually done some liquidations this year in the run up, and I'm probably going to take a fairly large chunk out before the end of March, because it's in this tax year, and then I'll take some more out April onwards. And it's about spreading between tax years. It makes a big difference to your end tax bill. I'll do some migrations between my wallet and a secondary wallet, and nominate that as my wife's wallet, double up on our capital gains tax allowances. We've got 3 kids as well. We'll probably do some loss mitigation there as well with them. I will definitely be selling or letting go a bunch of NFTs for nothing that I paid a good whack for this year, because I will register those as losses as well to carry forward. So there's lots and lots of stuff you can do to mitigate. And then, lending the XRP is the challenge. In theory, you can do it, but finding someone that wants to borrow it or borrow against it as leverage, that becomes the challenge, and that's why you need DeFi.
And when you say offsetting the NFTs, do you mean actually just burning the NFTs, or do you mean actually selling them?
Well, in theory, yeah, you could just burn them. You would be better off just selling them at a massive loss. So you could, in theory, what you could do is if the market value of a rugs project and the floor is 1 XRP, and someone buys that NFT for 1 XRP, I've got a bunch of NFTs I paid 400 or 500 XRP for back in the day. The dollar value isn't obviously as ludicrous anymore, so it's probably only $100-$150 worth of loss I can register. But if I can do that across 100 NFTs, then that's a sizable loss that I can register.
Absolutely. Thanks for the advice. That's good. Obviously, everything we say tonight is not financial advice, and you should consult your own financial expert.
But if it was financial advice, this is the man.
My DMs and pay me, then it's advice. Otherwise, that's something we're hoping we can offer in the fullness of time. We're obviously restricted on a one-on-one basis, actually providing full advice to clients on digital assets. But what we can advise on is things like the wrappers, and just make sure people don't make silly mistakes. The iTrust thing is a fantastic tool used properly. It's a horrible tool used poorly, and you can actually find that people do get really, really wrecked because they've not gone into it on an advised basis. I'd never do anything like that on a non-advised basis. It's a recipe for disaster.
Absolutely. Wise words. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. It's been a blast. We're back next Sunday at 8 o'clock. Make sure you listen to our YouTube channel. Make sure you listen to the recording. And make sure you like and subscribe. Join in the chat if you ever want to. Please do. We love it when the community get involved. Take care. Have a good night. See you next week for another fat one.